What's up guys, Ted from Immersion here, and I'm back with another Elderwood Academy review. This time, per your fan suggestions and their super generous donation, I'll be doing a review of the Scrollin' Codex Dice Tower and Dice Rolling Tray. But first I wanted to do a quick spotlight on some of the Elderwood Academy products that exist, what kind of stuff you can see else that they do, and then we'll get into the actual review. So, we have, if we scroll down here, I'm sorry the table's a little bit of a mess, and we can jump around behind the camera here. So, we have the hex chests, which we have this one right here is one of the original hex chest designs with some dice inside it. We have the hex chest remastered, which at this point I think there's probably about 15 or so hours left on this Kickstarter right now. See, this is a little more lower profile, the magnets are hidden, leather in the top here. We have these sweet Elderwood Academy catapults, which you can use to fling dice or give out inspiration or whatever you'd like to use them for. We have the Curse Breaker D6s, which are solid wood D6s used or are created from the excess wood left over from the spell books rather than just throwing the junk away. These sweet D6s are made, and we have this particular one is one of my favorites. This was made for a dungeon crate. It's got these cool designs on it. So we have all of those. And then my kind of personal start with Elderwood, having found this on Kickstarter myself, we have the Elderwood Academy Spellbook. So this is leather bound. You've got a nice this reflecting pool here. It's metal, it's dry erase, and I just upgraded to this foam insert to allow me to roll and store some of my dice. I obviously have too many in here, but you get the point. So that's just some of the stuff that they do, and again, I'm a huge fan of their products. A lot of these are purchases that I made before I kind of got into any sort of promotional, business-ish relationship with these folks. But I wanted to show you this particular scroll and codex that I have right here. So this, you can see, is wood, and we've got our leather piece here. This one is a very Nordic inspired. You can see the kind of Yggdrasil Tree of Life, this is like a copper foil. And then as far as the wood, I will also point out that with a lot of these products, if you get in on them when they're on Kickstarter, there are wood options that are not available after the fact. I don't actually believe, I think the two options they have right now are cherry with maple accents and I think or purple heart accents, but this looks like primarily maple, but either way, the wood is not the type of wood isn't the most important, but you can see you've got this design. We have again right here this other sort of, looks like maybe a shark or some sort of water here, and we have this kind of Odin-y, Zeus, All-Father type figure on the top and the bottom caps here. So, what do we have when we go ahead and open this? Sorry, the lighting is a little rough here. But we can take the top off, which is just held on with strong earth, rare earth magnets, so it just kind of clips right on. So we can just pop that right off. And inside the codex, we have the scroll. This is we'll just kind of tilt this out here. And this is your die rolling tray. So it is two affixed sides. This particular one is purple heart with maple accents. So we can go ahead and two of the sides are permanently affixed to the leather tray itself, and we have sort of a raveny, shiny foil on the base here. And then we have these. You can get different color. I think you even get different color magnets, but these are kind of these brass-colored magnets, and these little pegs fit into the pegs here on the side. So you'll see if I go ahead and clip that in there, and then this in here. That side is now assembled. And we'll do the exact same thing on the other side. And then now we have our dice tray for rolling. And we'll grab some dice here. We'll grab a D20 out of here. And we can just go ahead and roll in here. We'll grab a couple of D8s. And now we have a tray. So this works great just by itself. But as you saw, it fit nicely inside our Codex dice tower. And you might say, well, where do the dice come out? Well, if you turn the bottom here, now we have the port for the dice to come out. This was turned and kept closed so that we could keep the scroll inside without it falling out or us losing any of the pieces. Not that that would happen because it sits in there nicely, but it also helps to protect it. So if we twist it, now the tower is essentially open for rolling, and we can go ahead and take our die and drop. Now let's take a look at that, please, for everybody. That right there, my friends, is a natural 20. This would be way too many takes for me to do this all on my own. So that's just a testament to what all of my players say is orange die. But we can drop a couple of these down. And you can see on the top we sort of have this flapper baffle that is held on with a magnet. This does just completely come right out. And you can just go ahead and clip it on whichever side you so choose. You know, it just comes in and out. But the important part is when you put the scroll inside, it just folds down out of the way, but it'll spring right back up when you need it to. So, obviously you don't have to use this in, you can just, okay, guys. Again, the testament to what my players hate about my orange set of dice. But anyway, well, let's just check. Okay. Sorry, this is an Elderwood Academy. Okay, see, it doesn't always roll a 20. But anyway, here you go. You see, you can use it without the tray, but obviously that is the issue you run into when you don't have a sort of tray, is that you can have things do that and roll right over the table there, like I just did. Just bump into the camera. So I recommend keeping them together, because that way you don't lose all your dice. And I'll get into my complaints and my critiques about both of these in just a sec, but I just wanted to showcase to you guys what these dice, this dice tower and this dice tray, and if you want to not lose the top, you can just do one of these and clip it right on the top there, and it just will hang on via the magnets. And again, the bottom cup will just come, oops, it'll come right off, but it just sort of, I don't know if I can get this in. You see there's this sort of track right there? That is how these twist. So these sort of just go right in, the magnets sit right in that little track, and that's what allows it to twist. So there's no real mechanisms to break. Let's just grab our lid and our other piece of our tower. But again, as a testament to the strength of these products, these just clip right on, and because they are designed to come apart like that, for little mishaps like what you just witnessed, there's no harm, no foul to any of these products. They're solid construction. But why don't I turn the camera around, I'll point it back on me, and we'll go through some of my my critiques and things that if I could make suggestions to the folks at Elderwood, I would do. So, first of all, the scroll dice tray, I have zero complaints. I think this is a great product. It's super compact. I mean, you don't really need much more space than this to do your die rolling. And if you want to, we kind of saw me assemble it, but if you want to see disassembly, we'll just go ahead and pop off one of the sides here, the non-affixed sides. So this is one, we'll pop off the other one. And then now we have our two pieces that are permanently affixed to the leather. Take one, put it right up here in the corner, take the next one, do exactly the same, and then all we do is just roll. And there you have it. If you purchase just this from the folks at Elderwood, it comes in its own Elderwood drawstring gold foil bag, and this is perfect. I mean, look at how compact this is. I don't think I have like a water bottle or something nearby, but it's much shorter, so if you have a messenger bag or backpack with like a water bottle holster, this will just slot right in there, nice and easy, protected, out of the way. So you can buy this just on its own, as you can buy just the Codex on its own. And again, there is currently a product available on Elderwood's website. You can buy a leather harnessing strap that will basically hold your spellbook like this, and then hanging off the bottom, it will hold your Codex just like this. And then it has belt loops on the top, so you can kind of wear it on your waist for a very wizardy, if you're LARPing, or you just want to have like a cool accessory at a convention. Or, you know, your backpack's full of all the stuff you just bought at the con. You don't want to throw this in here because you don't want it to get messed up. So you can go ahead and do that, and it's relatively inexpensive, and it looks awesome. And actually, I found out from the guys at Elderwood, that was a fan suggestion, and they went out and made it. So I told you I was going to tell you my only complaints about this. It's a very minute complaint. People like dice towers because of the auditory sensation they get of hearing the dice, the clickety clack, as I'm going to call it, as the dice goes down the different wooden baffles contained within a tower. This, unfortunately, only has this one little flapper at the top. Now, I will say this is a huge improvement over what they first came out with when they were in like production models at PAX. They were just two little flaps right here. Now they have the one big paddle. But as you can see, if you push this out of the way, it's just a straight, there we go, just a straight tube right down to the bottom. So there's no internal baffles. My personal opinion would be if they could add another one of these somewhere inside and have it be permanently affixed about halfway down. The only problem is you just have to be more careful of where you put this. But that way it would still be able to go ahead and push it out of the way with your scroll, because the scroll just pushes it right out of the way, and sometimes it'll stick right here to your magnets. It'll push it right out of the way, and if we had one that was very similar to it, it would get us that second baffle, so we'd get the clickety clack rather than, I guess, just the clickety. This analogy is going all over the place, but you get my point. It's a minor complaint. It's just an auditory thing, but some people really enjoy that, and I just wanted to put that out there. If that could be fixed, that would be a cool thing. But I mean, look at this leather; it's perfectly seamed right here. I mean, the wood is solid construction. I mean, these are high quality products. I'm actually going to stop the video for just a sec because the battery's going to die, and I'm going to pick up and give you my last little spiel here. So, like I said, I wanted to finish up my last little bit on these products. You guys know me here on the channel. I will buy things, I'll pick up things, even if I'm generously gifted them by the creators. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm going to tell it like it is. I've had this stuff happen in the past. People ask me to review their products, and I do. But I'm not going to give you a bullshit answer just because they gave me something to review. I genuinely feel very strongly about these Elderwood products. This spellbook I purchased, I have the right here, original backer. I saw these on Kickstarter. It was one of the first things I ever backed on Kickstarter in my entire life. I've obviously changed that a lot since then, and I just believe very strongly in this product. You see me use this every Tuesday since I got this. I've used this in every single one of the games. I roll my dice in here. This is what I bring to conventions because it holds all my dice. I can even throw minis in here if I want. There's a bunch of different foam layouts as well. I happen to be using the one that I think is the best because it holds my dice and still allows me to roll without having to take the foam out. Previously, I had other foam sets. You can buy multiple ones, and usually they're super good if you meet them at a convention and say you want to swap one out. They'll usually just kind of kick you on, no problem. But yeah, I really, I put my stamp of approval on Elderwood Academy products. You can go and check out pretty much all of these products are available right now, with the exception of the Hex Chest Remastered, as the Kickstarter is just about to finish up. They didn't want to end it in the middle of Gen Con, but you can go pick these up still via the Kickstarter for the next, like I said, 15 or so hours. They're all available at elderwoodacademy.com. However, as I stated, some of these, pretty much nothing that you see here, because mine are when I was backing, and even these ones are pretty much what the standard products are. But if you wanted to pick up these spellbooks back when they first came out, like I think right now your options are cherry, maple, and walnut for the woods on your spellbook. They had Babinga, Dragonwood, Purple Heart, all these crazy, like onyx wood, all these crazy dark woods and unique specialty woods like canary wood and all these other ones that you could get your spellbooks or your hex chests or even your scrolls, and even I think the intricate pieces on the Codex, which by the way I didn't mention that you can even get. See, I have this mountain design. You can get different designs here as well. Those were all customizable, but that was a unique thing only available to the folks who helped to back them and were the kind of the first people on Kickstarter. So when these guys put something up on Kickstarter, if you want something truly unique, that's the way to go ahead and get about getting these. But there are several standard options, the standard options available on their website, but You don't have to get, you know, Idrisil. You don't even have to get anything on the top here. You can just get this as a blank slate. They have different options for your leather color, your foil color. They have multiple options for designs. They have design, you know, the stuff I showed you that's down here, the top caps. You can get wording or art on the spine of your spell book. You can get, I think they permanently put Elderwood Academy on the bottom of these. Mine's one of the old ones, so it doesn't have it. You can get different designs here on the outside. I think even the foil colors are different for the outside. I have the gold reflecting pool. There's a silver one. There's a bronze one. If you backed it, there was even like crazy other colors. You can get different felts for the inside as well. I think I just went with walnut, or I went with like a lighter color here for my accents. But this, you can get different and even fancier woods for the accents around your reflecting pool. So there's a lot of cool options, and Quentin and Dan and all the folks over at the Elderwood team are super, super nice. And if you really desperately have something that you custom want that's maybe not one of their options or a slight tweak to one of their options, I would be shocked if they wouldn't work with you to make it happen. Yes, it's custom. You're probably going to have to pay more, especially if this is going to be a one-off thing just for you. But I would be shocked if they wouldn't help you guys out and get you what you wanted if you're willing to kind of go above and beyond and pay a little bit extra. But I also highly recommend that you go to the booths if you're ever at a convention and they're there, because all of the folks are super nice. You can also get to demo and see things like these before they're typically available, as well as these. Like I said, these were at PAX. They were available long before anybody else could get access to them. So you can kind of demo them, take a look at them yourself, hold them, touch them, see what your thoughts are. There's other like little trinkety things, like little treasure chests that you can put dice in that they have, you know, at the cons. But they also have a really cool spinning prize wheel. And there's a threshold, a $1 threshold, where if you purchase something, I think like if you purchase a hex chest, like that's like whatever the threshold amount is. But it gets you a spin on this wheel, and this wheel could win you another hex chest. It could win you one of these. They even have bigger curse breakers, like much larger ones. I didn't see any this time around, but sometimes they have those. And I watched at PAX Live while I was at the booth. Somebody won one of these and walked off with a Codex at the con because they spun it on the prize wheel. There's also raffle ticket options, t-shirts, things of that nature. They give away a lot of cool stuff. And like I said, they're just super genuine people. So I highly recommend if you get a chance to interact with them physically that you do so, because they're just really cool people. And again, I don't really put my stamp with that kind of stuff lightly. I don't want to like send you guys to go meet people and they're total jerks. But yeah, like I said, check out elderwoodacademy.com. You can view all these things, kind of go through and make your own and see what the prices are. Obviously, you want fancier woods. You want a lot more art on your spell book. You want it to be a little bit of a thicker, bigger spell book. All of those things are going to cost you more money, but again, these products are great. I've had this since it landed on my doorstep, and I mean, look, there's not even like, there's a tiny, tiny scratch on the foil and like one little scratch on the back here, and that was my fault. But like this thing, I mean, I still have the case, and if you keep yours in these nice velvet bags that they give you, they're going to be super protected. Mine gets, you know, thrown in my messenger bag, pushed around the table, things like that, and this thing is still solid as a rock. So like I said, these products are made to last. These guys are great. And I did, because I'd be remiss, because I want to know, and I'm sure you guys want to know too, I bugged them at Gen Con and I said, so what's coming up? What do you guys have anything new in the mix? And they were very elusive, as unfortunately they have to be, but they told me there's a lot of cool stuff coming. They couldn't tell me what it was, but you gotta wait to find out. So I know I am excited to hear that, and I'm sure you guys are too. So who knows what's coming from these guys in the future, but you can bet your ass that I'm gonna be here on the forefront to review all of those products and let you guys know as soon as a Kickstarter opens up, as soon as anything new comes across my desk, I'll let you guys know as soon as possible. So anyway, guys, that was my review of the Codex and the Scroll dice rolling tray, as well as a sort of kind of history of the modicum of products available from Elderwood Academy, and kind of a little spiel about my personal thoughts about them. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. If you go pick up any of their stuff or back them on Kickstarter, let them know that Nerd Immersion sent you. because I'm just curious how much of that turnaround from you guys come to me and then go to them. But hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I'll see you next time.